Punch the clock with inspiration. No standing in line, man. Guess less sorted. I worked 7 days this week, man. Fake the accreditations. Paid outfits that I'll return later. Got yourself some new shoes. 50 hours overtime. Can't get no sleep. Fashion week. Dressed to the T's, man, you own this place. Spit that smile, do that dance. Monday we'll come down, but Wednesday we'll be back.
Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
And Wembanyama has the ball here for the Spurs. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama up top. Oh, they get a hand on it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holiday. Wembanyama down low. 2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
The ball's knocked loose. Back come the Spurs in transition. And it's good for two.
Woohoo! Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Here's Holiday. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Now here's Wembanyama. Here's Fox. Here's Barnes. Holiday grabs the miss. Right side, Porzingis. Pass to Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Here's Barnes. And he makes it on the layup. Barnes has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Pass to Castle. There's the three. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Boston trailing. Now White. Soft touch off the glass.
Making a statement here early, going right to the rack. I love it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you want to be aggressive and get the other guys on their heels.
There's some contact there, but Fox just refuses to let that hold him back.
Outside, Brown. The kick out to White. And he jams it home with authority.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Castle. The three. Buries it from three.
Always ready to fire. Castle wasting no time.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, B.A.
And Allie, thank you for that. And he knocks down the first one. All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Spurs.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
And out of bounds, the Spurs will take it. Both teams will make substitutions. And so Paul will bring it up for the Spurs.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Wembanyama scanning the floor. Outside Paul. Launches a three. Drops in the three.
And Paul is very selective with his shot attempts, especially from deep. So you know he liked that look.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Boston making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
Celtics trail by 5. Craig with it. And he drives in, lays it up, and banks it in.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
And a missed layup. To the middle. Here's Sohan. Tries again. And the layup is good.
So good at keeping his balance through contact. Sohan showing some poise right there.
Here's Hauser. In close, he hits it.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Champagnie. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Now here's Sohan. Out left to the wing. Pass to Biyombo. Over Horford. Biyombo can't hit. Celtics trail by 5. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Shireman. Still no points. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting from Boston. Shireman.
Good on the second one. Now here's Johnson. Pass to Champagnie. And here's Johnson. And there's another one for the Spurs.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And so it's San Antonio leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consider.
The Celtics. 18.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat, but a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
First team foul.
Pass to Fox. Lets it go from 11. Hits the front of the rim and out. Celtics trail by 6. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades. Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Hey, strong move, Tatum.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
That one drops for him. Wembanyama's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, that's a smart play, taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Craig, good. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. 6-point game. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
This is what makes Holiday special, his ability to find ways to finish in tight.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Spurs lead by 4. Pass to Wembanyama. Vassell outside. Now here's Wembanyama. And stolen by Brown. Inside. Here's Tatum. And he can't bank that one in. And San Antonio has possession. Here's Barnes. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Paul draws the double. Can't hit that one. Ooh, good work defensively by Holiday. Ooh, Brown inside. Hey, he's more than just a shooter.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
San Antonio again can't hit.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter, I hear, too.
Good-looking guy.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sochan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside. Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Here's Sochan. Off target on the 15-footer.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Here's Tatum. Blocked!
Yeah, the reach is amazing. Sochan will get his fair share of blocks during his career.
Down low. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Here's Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
You're calling Tatum a capable scorer would be an understatement. He is an elite offensive talent.
Sochan, right side. Back to Paul. Porzingis grabs the board. 1:31 left in the first half of this game. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Oh, Tatum with a throwdown.
And so much power out of Tatum. Look at the elevation.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. So both teams making some changes here. There's 1:17 left in the second period. Vassell left side. Fox outside. Here's Castle. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Celtics with the lead. Outside Holiday. Outside White. The three from Craig. San Antonio with a rebound. To the paint. Here's Castle. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by White. Here's Holiday. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
The shot by Holiday, no good. San Antonio trailing here. To the wing, right side. And stolen by Brown. Three-pointer, Holiday. Nails it from beyond the arc. Holiday's got 7 now in this quarter. From deep, Wembanyama. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Boston out in front, up by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Spurs trail by 5. Fires the 3. Ooh, Wembanyama with the silky stroke from 3.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Pass to Holiday. There's the triple. Again, Holiday missing. Double on Wembanyama. Oh, the body control and balance from Wemby.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
White can't hit. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Fox. And Fox powers it home.
Even though he's just 6'3", Fox can really get up, including slamming it down in style.
Brown gets the bucket.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, "I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time." Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. White can't hit. On offense, here is San Antonio. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. And stolen by Brown. Floats one up. Nice D from Vassell. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal out.
Kicks it out to Barnes. For 3.
Well, you could really feel Brown's defensive focus there. He was determined to affect the shot.
On the move, KP punches his ticket.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Back to Barnes. Brown with the steal. Porzingis with it. Outguarded by Wembanyama. Porzingis misses.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Pass to Barnes. Craig with a steal. And they're on the run. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
Holiday with the ball. Stolen by Wembanyama. On the wing, Vassell. From downtown, Porzingis grabs the board. Boston trailing. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Outside Holiday. Back to Craig. For the lead. Can't get the layup. And they've been careless with the ball tonight.
Yeah, it's a lack of focus and a lack of discipline. They're better than this.
And stolen by Brown. Back to Craig. Pass to Porzingis. He goes up. De'Aaron Fox taking it right to the rim.
Yeah, and it's Wembanyama's length that leads to the steal and gets them out and running.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on White. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for San Antonio.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Both teams deciding to change it up. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum inside. 16 points for him.
Kind of a devious move by Tatum, pulling the defender in where he wants him.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. And the second free throw is good. There's a minute 47 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Johnson. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Johnson's gotten his second bucket.
Such a reliable player under the hoop. Johnson, I mean, he wants those close-in shots.
And finished off by Tatum.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Sohan. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Al Horford.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
And he's good on the second. Celtics trail by 5. It's stolen by Johnson. Pass to Biyombo. And Biyombo slams it home.
Yeah, the dime-dropping skills of Paul. Tremendous at getting it to uncover teammates.
Up top, Tatum. He's got 19. And finished off by Tatum.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Pass to Branham. Boston pulls it in. Left side, Tatum. Rebounded by Johnson. San Antonio leading by 5. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Elbow shot. The shot comes out.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
And that one drops.
Looking like a runaway freight train, Tatum taking it to the rack with a purpose.
Right side, Johnson. That concludes the 3rd quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. San Antonio on top, up 3. All right, we're going to step aside.
58.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Shireman. Now Tatum. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Fox. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Everything Fox does is so fast. Makes him very difficult to guard without fouling.
And both free throws good for Fox. So it's Boston now, trailing by 5. Here's Tatum. From down in the low post, it goes. Tatum's got 9 points here in the second half.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside. And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold, that's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Pass to Johnson. Outside Paul. To the inside. Fox gets it to go inside.
Yeah, Fox is going off. I mean, he's gotten the ball on offense, and he's been relentless.
And Tatum, here we go. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And that one falls for Tatum. And so Tatum nails both of them.
Just money from the line. Tatum knows the importance of making free throws.
Johnson for 3. Counted from distance. And the Spurs lead by 6.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Fox. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Right there, Fox using his length to do damage inside.
Here's Paul. And he makes it.
Hey, that right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
And that one, good.
And Jason Tatum was fearless on that finish, went right through the contact.
Inside. Here's Sohan. Yes! And it's Paul with the assist that time. Sohan's got 4 points in the quarter.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg Popovich's huddle. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Here's Vassell. And he slams it in one-handed.
Oh, going up there. Vassell showing off his hops.
Here's Tatum. The rebound by the Spurs. Fox right side. Out to the right wing. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Just about 3 minutes through the 4th and final quarter here. Outside White. Here's Porzingis. Can't connect from short range. San Antonio leading by 10. Out to Fox. Outside Wembanyama. Holiday grabs the miss. Now White. White coming through.
No need to risk a shot from range when you can take it inside.
It's Vassell with the drive. And the shot's good.
And when wings take it down low, good things happen.
Pass to White. The 3 is up. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc. Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
White for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing. Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Back to White. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. White's got 12 points in just the second half.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
To the middle. Tatum gets the bucket. And now just a 4-point San Antonio lead.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Yep, that one's good. Vassell's got 6 here in the quarter.
Coming through in a big moment, Vassell continuing to prove how special he is.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Pass to Wembanyama. Pulls it. Rebound Boston. Kick out to Brown. Barnes with the rebound. Crucial possession right here.
The crowd is on edge.
And it's the Celtics ball. It's a 3-point game. Here's White. Oh, how about KP on the break?
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Second team foul.
He makes the first of 3, and that'll put him up 2.
Yeah, this young man is pretty steady at the line. Wembanyama can get this done.
And no good on the third free throw. So he ends up 2 for 3.
He gave them a little breathing room, but not as much as he hoped.
And he sinks it.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul. Right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that'll put him up 2. 12 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Brown. To tie it up. Oh, he got it! He got it! And tie game! Huge basket right there. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. For the win! Oh! He drills the game winner!
An amazing finish. It doesn't get any better than that.
Wow. Those are the moments you live for as a player, and as a coach, you're just thankful to come away with the win.
So it's a narrow victory for the Spurs, pulling out the W. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are